positive pearl, shining like the sun. A story of strength with battles won, inspiring hearts wherever she goes, with love and passion that always shows. Pongal's positive pearl.
Hello everyone, this is Pongal, welcoming you to another heartfelt episode of Pongal's Positive Pulse. Today's episode is not about theory, it's not about research, it's not about big parenting formulae or complicated strategies. It's about something far more powerful, the small moments that become lifelong memories. Moments that I witnessed recently during a parenting session. Moments that touched my heart so deeply that I knew I had to bring them to you. When I walked into the parenting session, I expected conversations, discussions, learning. But what unfolded was something far more emotional, far more raw, far more real. The room was filled with parents, tired, busy, overwhelmed, yet eager to understand their children better. And the moment I asked the first question, everything changed. How many minutes did you give your child today, fully, completely, with no distractions? There was silence. Not an uncomfortable one, but the kind of silence that speaks the truth. A silence where guilt gently rises to the surface, where hearts whisper, maybe not enough. And that was the beginning of the transformation. We spoke about something most parents don't realize. You don't need hours to bond with your child. You don't need expensive trips or fancy gifts. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be present. And presence is created through simple, magical rituals that children never forget. I told them, don't call yourselves the Sharma family or the Raju family. Give your family a name that feels alive. A name that makes your child feel they're part of something special. A name like the Super Smile Squad, the Brave Heart Bunch, Team Sunshine, the Happy Home Crew, the Giggle Tribe. When you say, come on Super Smile Squad, dinner time, you're not calling them to a meal, you're calling them to a memory. Identity doesn't grow from school certificates. Identity grows from belonging. Then I said, make a unique handshake with your child. Not the usual high five, but something silly, something special. A thumb tap, a little foot shake, a goofy dance. That handshake becomes your family's emotional fingerprint. A secret code, a sign of connection, a ritual that says we belong to each other. Children remember rituals long after they forget instructions. They hold on to these gestures even when they grow into adults. Because love is not spoken, it's practiced. Then something beautiful happened. I took out one simple balloon, just one, and the room transformed. Parents who looked exhausted suddenly laughed like children. Eyes that carried stress became bright and alive. Hands that were hesitant reached out to play. Just because of one balloon, keeping the balloon in the air, not letting it fall, tapping it lightly between parent and child, playing balloon volleyball, passing the balloon without using hands, doing a silly balloon dance. These weren't difficult. They neither needed time nor big resources. And the impact, it melted barriers, it restored joy, it awakened the inner child, it released stress, it built trust, it connected hearts. The balloon may burst in seconds, but the bond thus created stays forever. And the most beautiful of all, I asked them to dance. Just for 2 minutes. Music played, parents loosened up, children smiled like the sun. For those 2 minutes, there was no parent, no child, no hierarchy, no distance. Just two human beings, moving together, laughing together, free together. Dance equalizes people. It melts fear. It softens the heart. It creates memories without a single word. Children don't remember the dance steps, but they remember the way their parents smiled all their life. Then I asked the most powerful question of all. What can you do with your child in just 10 minutes? Not 2 hours, not one holiday. Just 10 minutes of presence. The room went silent again. Some stared into space. Some quietly said, I don't know. Some looked shocked, realizing for the first time they have not thought about this at all. Because today we spend more time with screens than with souls. So I gave them some ideas, real, simple and magical. What can you do in 10 minutes? Tell a story. Create a small drawing. Write each other's names in funny ways. Read a paragraph from a book other than your child's textbook. Hug for 10 minutes. Just hug without talking. Build a mini pillow fort. Play mirror faces. Do a quick breathing exercise. Cook one small dish together. Sit on the floor and just talk nothing. 10 minutes of full presence is more powerful than 3 hours of half attention. And the long-term impact of those 10 minutes, children feel valued. They form secure attachment. They trust you more. They open up emotionally. They grow with confidence. They carry you in their heart forever. Then I asked parents to do something very simple, yet very difficult. Turn to your child and say one sentence about what you feel about them. And this broke me. Mary did not know what to say. Some struggled, some stuttered, and some cried. Because we are living in a world where parents can write emails flawlessly with utmost perfection, but cannot say I love you in its full meaning without hesitation. We have become fluent in tasks and tongue-tied in tenderness. It was a moment that shook every parent, and it changed them because they understood love needs practice. Expression needs courage. Connection needs intention. I gave them a story prompt. Write a short story with your child involved in it on these lines. Most just couldn't. A few couldn't go beyond 3-4 lines. Not because they lacked intelligence, but because they had forgotten how to imagine their child. Children live in worlds of wonder, but adults live in worlds of worry. And somewhere in this distance, the connection gets lost. As the session went on, the ice melted. The hesitation dropped. Parents laughed. They played. They danced. They hugged their children. They looked into their eyes. Some for the first time in months. And when it ended, the feedback was overwhelming. Parents hugged each other. Some cried. Some whispered, "Today I realized what I was missing." Some said, "Even 10 minutes can change everything." They left with softer hearts and fuller lives. Parents, we all live under the same sky of 24 hours. The clock gives every family the same gift, but what we pour into those hours shapes our child's inner world, their safety, their self-worth, and the story they'll one day tell about home. We say we are busy for them. We chase money, status, schools, classes, things. We live in comfort equals care. And yes, food on the table and fees paid are acts of love. But children don't grow on money alone. They grow on presence. On the way we look up when they speak. On the laughter that erupts over nothing. On the quiet hand that reaches for theirs in a crowded room. Presence is the vitamin their soul can't manufacture without us. Here's the truth most families only discover too late. If we give children materials instead of presence now, they will return materials instead of presence later. When we are old and they are in their prime, they will be busy for us the way we were busy for them. We will receive expensive gifts, hospital upgrades, and a new phone on our birthday. Yet, watch the door and wait for a knock that doesn't come. They will love us, but they will not know how to sit with us because we never taught them the language of unhurried time. Children learn what we practice, not what we promise. If we practice, I'll come later, they'll practice, I'll call later. If we eat with our phones, they'll visit us with theirs. If we outsource connection to toys and tuition, they'll outsource care to couriers and care. They'll outsource care to couriers and caretakers. This is not a threat, it's a mirror. Love is an investment with compound interest. Whatever we deposit today, attention, patience, shared rituals, returns to us later as companionship, gentle conversations, and warm, unasked for visits. Just 10 sacred minutes every day. Devices away, eyes on eyes. Tell me one thing that made you happy or sad today. 10 minutes can close distances that months of business create. Trying a family ritual that can be done. A silly handshake, a 2-minute song, a bedtime blessing on the forehead. Children anchored to repeated warmth. Going on tech-free drives or walks. Flight mode on, windows down. Let roads do the therapy. Most big talks begin as small talks. 1 weekly pocket of nothing time, no agenda. Sit on the floor together. Draw, hum, just be. Unstructured time is where children bring you their real heart. Name their love out loud. I'm proud of you because I loved watching you try. You matter to me even when words become their inner voice. Protecting the table. 1 meal a day. A gratitude spoken. Phones are parked and stories are shared. That table becomes a sanctuary we return to even as adults. Why does this matter so much? Presence wires the brain for calm and belonging. It teaches children I'm worth someone's time. That belief becomes their shield in a harsh world. It lowers future anxiety, reduces risky attention seeking, increases empathy and resilience. Presence today becomes character tomorrow. Let me give you a gentle but necessary warning. If we can't spare minutes for their childhood, we may beg for hours in our old age. They won't be cruel, they'll be busy. Busy the way we taught them to be. Not because they don't love us, but because love without time never learned how to sit down. Let's start tonight without any grand plans. Sit beside your child for 10 minutes. Ask one small honest question. Listen without fixing. Create or revive one tiny family ritual. Keep it playful and repeatable. Schedule one tech-free drive or walk this week. Put it on the calendar like a meeting with your future. At bedtime, place a hand on their head. and speak a one-line blessing. Children, remember, tone more than speech. Your softness will echo for decades. Let's make a promise to keep. I will not trade my child's memories for my to-do list. I will give presents now so that love has muscles later. I will choose eye contact over eye strain, stories over scrolls, rituals over rush. Parents, love is not measured by what we buy, but by what we bring. Our attention, our warmth, our time. Make the deposits while the account is open. One day, when your hair is silver and your steps are slow, you will hear a familiar knock, feel a familiar hand in yours, and know the returns have arrived. Repeat this affirmation with me. I choose presence over perfection. I choose connection over convenience. I choose my child over my distractions. I give 10 mindful minutes every day. Thank you for listening to this heartfelt episode of Pongal's Positive Pearls. Until next time, stay loving, stay mindful, stay present, and as always, stay positive.
Pongal's positive pearl, shining like the sun. A story of strength with battles won. Inspiring hearts wherever she goes, with love and passion that always shows. Pongal's positive pearl.